On November 18th, the Axios portal reported on a new peace plan project by President Trump to end Russia's war against Ukraine. And already in the evening of November 19th, an American delegation led by U.S. Secretary of the Army Dan Driscoll arrived in Kyiv. Next came Ukrainian-American negotiations in Geneva and Florida, followed by a series of meetings in London and Berlin, this time also involving European leaders. The updated document was shortened from 28 to 20 points, and no more deadlines were set for Ukraine. Washington and Brussels pledged to provide Kyiv with reliable security guarantees that could protect the country for decades. The main function of control and deterrence is assigned to the United States. In addition, the U.S. will help identify provocations and false flag operations to prevent escalation and avoid a resumption of war. At the same time, there remains strong bipartisan support for Ukraine in the U.S. Congress. Senators are convinced that any peace plan is doomed to fail if it's based on appeasing the aggressor. This could lead to even more dire consequences, both for Ukraine and for all of Europe.
If the US and its allies want to resolve the conflict through negotiations, the only proven and viable way is to strengthen Ukraine's position, not weaken it. Abandoning Ukraine, or giving Russia what it cannot achieve on the battlefield, will not bring lasting peace. Putin wants more than just Donbass. He completely denies Ukraine's sovereignty, and his ambitions extend to the Baltics and other countries that were once held captive by the Soviet Empire. Jeanne Shaheen, Democratic senator, and Mitch McConnell, Republican senator, in an op-ed for the Washington Post.
The year 2025 made it clear Ukraine has always supported U.S. peace initiatives and was ready for negotiations, provided its national interests were taken into account. Meanwhile, the Kremlin offered nothing but blackmail and threats. A drawn-out peace process, or rather an imitation of one, instead of actually stopping the war, that's the tactic the Kremlin chose. Fear and blood, that's what the Putin regime's power vertical is built on. That's why continued U.S. support for Ukraine next year isn't just a matter of politics, it's the key to real peace and security in Europe.